Alrighty, so just a few trade recaps. So you have Tuesday, New York session, and also Tuesday night Asia. There's a couple of trades there. Uh, all three setups are break even. Going into New York, I was a bit more bullish. I saw these highs that were kind of stacked up here, relative equal highs that were up here. So it kind of made sense to see price go higher in this case. So initially it wasn't bearish, or there was no bearish things. You need to see some sort of major order block for me. Major order block was some sort of displacement move and market structure shift for bearish prices. So I went into this session a lot more bullish, or just more bullish into New York session. Going into New York Open. New York Open, not really much was going on. Price was in a bit of a premium in the range. Didn't really see much going on. I was looking for some sort of manipulation. You had a few hourly lows that were sitting down here, which I preferred price to kind of hit. And what we saw is we just saw this straight displacement move down. The one thing, this is where I took my first trade, was I saw this 1 minute CISD here. It was just a very quick V-shaped kind of rejection out. I was already bullish. I saw this as a good sign that price wanted to go higher. Even near market open, I was targeting these minor lows and essentially this. Price kind of chopped here. I put the trade to break even eventually, and it just stopped me at break even. Essentially, then I kind of turned off for the night. Later, you did have a really nice 1 minute inverse fair value gap around 520 here, which was the main driver or move higher. You had a really nice trade there. Probably had a good 1-to-1 hour ratio, which is okay. It's not amazing, but yeah. So you did have that kind of bullish bias or bullish trade that did play out, but you didn't really get much going for that. Going into... Well, eventually we do get into Asia. And again, it was the same bias for Asia. Same bias. I went into Asia more bullish. I want to see some sort of manipulation leg and price go higher. In this case here, price didn't really do much. In this case here, we kind of hunted these two kind of relative equal lows down here. Eventually we do take it. And my first setup comes around very soon. Right here. First setup comes around here. Let's do this to clean it up. First setup came around here. I saw this kind of 1 minute inverse fair value gap. I was looking for at least kind of these kind of minor highs that are up here. And again, you had a really good R&R here. Kind of made sense. It's a really nice trade idea. This kind of traded up. It just chopped a bit. It just didn't really do much. We just saw this kind of choppy price action. I put it to break even once it took this high here. I didn't like kind of the very low liquidity and the very just irregular candles. There wasn't much liquidity, wasn't much volume going on. So that came into my second setup here, where there was a 2 minute fair value gap. I saw this kind of same structure. Same structure here for a long. Essentially, I took the long with the same kind of R&R. Same kind of idea where I want to see price go. Again, the stop was there. I eventually put the stop to break even again around this area here, and price just stopped me out. So there wasn't really much going on in this session. I was bullish, and price just never gave me any kind of long entry. There was a good 5 minute inverse fair value gap set up there, but then at this point here, I wasn't quite sure if price wanted to go higher or lower. But yeah, that's essentially what I took. That's what trades I took. And yeah.